So right now, I know that you're working across SASE, Prisma Cloud, Cortex. Those are not small architectures, right? So when an agency says we're implementing zero trust, what are they usually missing, right? I know you know the differences.
Yeah.
Customers come in and they think they want one thing, but really they need something different.
So people, and I learned this in my CISSP training, people are the biggest threat to an organization, right? And so when when customers come to me and they're like, I want to implement zero trust, where do I start? I want to do, I want to introduce this new product, where do I start? Start with your people. Make sure your people understand, how you want them to show up, how you want them to be authorized in your environment, understand compliance, understand what is going to look like for them to get trained up on the product, because you can push the newest brand, spanking new product into the.
What's zero trust? I guess I should have
Yeah.
really unpacked that part. Right? So when a company comes to
Yes.
you and say they want to implement zero trust, what does that mean?
Zero trust is making sure the individual that is supposed to be on your network is accessing the applications that they're supposed to be accessing. So it's basically making sure I am who I say I am. I am using the computer that I'm supposed to be using to access the apps in your environment that I'm supposed to be accessing, and that's it.
Okay.
So it's just making sure they can't go rogue and try to figure out, everything else you have going on. But
Mhm.
with people being the weakest link, I think sometimes you just really have to make sure your people understand the rules and what they're supposed to be doing, and, their due diligence and training up before you start trying to implement new architectures and products.
Okay, so basically you're saying when companies come to you, they're saying we want zero trust, which means they want their technology or their applications or their laptops locked down so that their employees are the only people that are using
Yeah.
their laptop, they're only using apps that are allowed on those computers, right? They ain't on like sites that
Right.
they aren't supposed to be on or whatever. And then you're saying that it starts with training the people, right?
Yeah.
Ensuring that they have the knowledge and the understanding of you could put the company at risk, don't click on these links. So like those
Mhm.
compliance trainings that we do, those are
Yeah.
actually important. We should listen on those.
Yes. Yes. Priority number one when you log in. Don't accept emails from people you don't know. Yes.
Okay, so friend, I clicked on the link last week.
Yes.
But you are correct. So honestly, right? So at my company, we have a really good like compliance and security team, and they have trained us, and we have like engaging training. So you have to go through it and be like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. But it was just like I don't know, it was like a reflex. You know, sometimes like you're in that mood at
Yeah.
work, and then I did notice though they sent 3 emails after that, but it was the same email. It was
Mhm.
like they sent it 3 times in the same minute, and then like when I looked at it, I was like, this don't even make sense. And then
Yes.
like 2 minutes later, we got a email from like the security team, like this is a fish in the tip. I said, ooh, I already. I
They're
was
getting good. They're getting
so
good. They got to trick you in order to see where you are. But like I
But
said,
I think
people.
that they had 2 links. So it was just really weird, right? Because it was basically like a document that you had to click to open, and then there was a link in the document. So it
Yeah.
looked like there was an attachment. And then when you click the attachment, it was like go to DocuSign, like click this. And I'm like, I ain't signing
Right.
nothing. What would I be signing? So that's when it kind of clicked for me. And I was like, I don't think this is from our company. So I
Right.
went back and I started to read. And then like 2 or 3 more emails came like back to back to back. And it was the same exact email. I was like, yeah, no, this
Mm-hmm.
is wrong. And then I got the email from our company, like this is a phishing attempt. So I was a victim. Don't know if I should talk about this out loud, but I did it.
My,
But so that is good to know. Like essentially, you're saying when
yeah.
companies come and they want zero trust, it's like you need to make sure that your workforce understands what they
Yes.
should and should not be doing in order for you to actually be secure.